First of all, happy birthday.
Thank you so much.
How's it feel to be 24? The old 24.
It feels good. I woke up today, I feel great. It's a blessing.
Any special plans for the day?
Practice for a playoff game, so that's pretty cool.
Birthday cake, ice cream, nothing?
I'm just happy to be alive. I'm grateful. I'm just happy to be blessed.
Second thing, please tell everyone why you call me Miss Lisa.
Just respect. Respect. That's all it is. I'm not saying you're old or anything like that because you look beautiful. I'm just saying I just, like the respect. That's all.
I appreciate it. I like it because, I am old. Let's face it, I am.
I was taught don't ever say that about a woman, so,
People went crazy about that. Oh, he called her Miss Lisa. I'm like most of the guys call me that.
Yeah, we supposed to. That's a respect thing.
I appreciate it. So the last time we talked, when you called me Miss Lisa, it was after the Browns game. Take me back to that game. You guys had gone up 34-20, and then I saw you from the sidelines. I saw you running back into the locker room. What was happening?
Well, it started with my throwing arm. I started cramping, and I'm telling my coach James Urban, QB coach, I'm like, man, coach, my hand cramping. I need some of that Gatorade salt and stuff like that to feel better. And my trainer, Ron, he gave me some of the Gatorade and salt and stuff like that. I started drinking it, but it wasn't doing anything for me. So they was like, we have time to go to the back real quick to get an IV so I can be good. I got one IV. It wasn't enough. I was still cramping. Then my legs started cramping. We had to go back out there. I think I overthrew 2 passes. That was the one to Willie and Mark. And I felt it would have been touchdowns if I wasn't cramping in my arm. So we had to punt the ball. Defense did a great job, catch a pick. Tyus caught an interception, get back down. I had to go back on the field, get the ball. JK scores a touchdown, and when I'm throwing my hands up congratulations to him, my legs started cramping. So that's when I went in the locker room, got the IV. The first one wasn't enough, got the second one, and one of our trainers, Kel, started stretching me, and we watching the game, and Trace was in, and right before he got hurt, I was like, man, we need to go out there, and we heard Trace McSorley's going down, so then I just went running all the way out on the field, and that's just what it was.
So you went back in the locker room twice or just once?
Just once.
Just the one time. Okay. So after you were cramping throughout the second half, and then when you got the 34-20 lead, it got really bad, and you went back into the locker room.
I went to the locker room, yes, ma'am.
So can you describe how bad was it? What did it feel like to you?
It just, little knots, stuff just pulling on not your skin, but your muscles in the inside, and you can't do anything about it. You're trying to scratch it. It's it's fighting against you stretching it. So I just had to get some fluids in me, and I was better.
Now, you saw the Twitter chatter. The folks were saying that not only were you cramping back in the locker room, but you had to take care of some personal business. Any truth to that at all?
Not at all. Not at all. I'll say I deal with that before the game. If anything, I wouldn't have to do it while I'm on the field in a big game, in a big situation like that.
So could you see, like you said, you could see what was happening in the game. What were you thinking while you saw the lead slipping away?
Man,
While you were back in the locker room, you could see the game. So what were you thinking when you saw things not starting to go your way?
I just hope we finish the game with a W, but things just started not going our way, and it was man, I was getting ticked off. It's man, I can't do nothing because I'm cramping, and if this cramp just go away, I need to go out there. And when I started feeling better, it was man, I don't care if I pull something right now. I got to just get back on the field, and that's just what it was.
When you ran back out there, you still looked a little stiff-legged. You see the video of you kind of coming out.
Yeah, I think that's why they said I had to take a dump or something like that. But my legs were shot. My legs were just cramping. So I didn't want to, stride with a full stride, and I wouldn't be able to go out there on the field. So I'm coming out there for nothing. But that's why I just tried to wobble out on the field so I can be able to make a play happen. And that's what we did.
So at that point, you still didn't feel great when you came back out.
No, I did it.
So when you found out when did you find out that Trace had gone down?
When right before we was going out, they were make sure he's going down. They were he's down. And I was Kev, we gotta go. We just start running towards the field.
So you come back out there, and I remember this so well. You came back out there. Up until that point in the game, you personally had been running the ball really well. And then for the rest of that game, you never ran at all. Were you able to run the ball at that point?
Or was that if I had to, I would have. If I had to, I would have. But they dropped coverage, and I seen Marquise, and the rest was history, to be honest. Well, that whole I forgot. We had when we scored, they scored again. I forgot all about that, and I could have ran, but like our receivers was just getting open, our tight end was getting open, and so I didn't. And our line was doing a great job at blocking, so I really didn't have to run. You know, the ball was just rolling in our favor that time, so just had to dissect them, and that's what we did.
So Lamar, what do you think that you guys proved, not just to the league, but to yourselves that night in that game? It was the game of the year. What did you guys prove to yourselves?
We can make a comeback. You know, we can compete with the best of them because that was a great defense we played against, and they still playing right now. We built for tough environmental games, I would say, because people were saying, Ravens don't make comebacks or they can't keep up, or they can't score points, and that's what we did. Both teams, both offense was going at it, both defense was going at it, and we just came out with the victory.
Still a lot to prove, though, right?
For sure.
What do you got to prove now?
We can win playoff games. That's it.
I read today that you said that's goal number 1 for you.
It is. Change the narrative.
What's the narrative? You've done everything. I mean, you've done so much.
I guess that's the biggest narrative right now. But like I said, some people wasn't thinking I would make it to the playoffs at all. Even my rookie season, we was like, I don't even remember the record, 4 and 5, something like that when I started, and our team just came back, made the playoff run. We just got put out first and came back last year. People wasn't thinking we would have the season we had, finished 14-2, just got knocked out first round. So the narrative is they can't win playoff games. So we just got to make that change, and when we do, they'll probably find something else to say, but it is what it is at that point because we did what they said we couldn't do.
So you've heard all the talk all week that you've got to win a playoff game. So whether it's pressure or motivation, just how much has it been on your mind?
I don't really put it on my mind, just because of, I don't know, you can't really dwell on the past. Like, the past is what it is. They won that game. Oh, well, we got to move on. They won early in the season. We just got to focus like we've been doing these last few games. I feel if we play with the same amount of focus and enthusiasm, we'll be fine. So that's all to it.
Now, when we talked in our production meeting before the Browns game, you had been out a couple weeks with COVID. You came back against the Cowboys, so it was your second game back. And you talked about just being out and how you were able to mentally reset, and you thought that, I got to get back to playing Lamar football. What is Lamar football?
When things not open, instead of just sitting in the pocket, letting my linemen overwork themselves, make a guy, the guys who's just trying to fight to get a sack on us, get a sack or disrupt the play, instead of just getting out the pocket and making something happen, when things not, on cue. That's all, playing Lamar ball.
Yeah, you told me just being me, doing what I do, not trying to overthink. Do you think that you were overthinking earlier in the season?
I wouldn't
Trying so much to be a passer.
Not even trying, just sitting in the pocket. when things not working, if you see it's not there, make something happen. And that's just how I always played, but I wasn't doing that, and I don't know why. So I just had to start, playing my ball, because that's how I feel we move the ball, and that's how we win.
Y'all have been rolling lately, 5 consecutive wins. You're the only quarterback ever with consecutive 1,000-yard rushing seasons. What does that mean to you?
That's pretty cool, but like I always say, that's an offense team award, team accomplishment. Because without those guys, without my linemen, those receivers blocking downfield, tight ends blocking downfield, I wouldn't probably get those yards. I probably have 800 or 900 yards. So I appreciate my teammates for that. It's all of us at the end of the day.
And at the same time, you have the longest streak of games passing under 250 yards. And again, the offense is rolling. How do you explain that? You're not passing a whole lot, but the offense is rolling. How do you explain it?
Everyone just do their job, and that's That's what make a great offense work. That's what make an offense work. Everyone do their job. Everyone do their assignment. Sky's the limit for us. We don't want to overdo things. Just take advantage of what the defense gives us, and that's how we have our opportunities to make things happen. That's what we're doing.
Now, 6 weeks ago, COVID could have taken you guys out. The outbreak was the worst in sports. How did you guys overcome that as a team?
We just got a great group of guys here. Guys who want to win. Some guys follow the protocol. Well, I say our team did a pretty good job of following the protocol. Things just happen. We wasn't looking for it to make an outbreak with us. But I felt like it was meant. Because between that time, when we were playing Pittsburgh and stuff like that, guys came back hungrier. Like we missed the game. Like that one game made it feel like we was out for a season or two, and we just came back how we supposed to. And I felt like we needed that COVID little outbreak.
Yeah, were you worried? Was there a time when you were worried that this virus is going to wipe us out, mess up our season?
Nah, because it was just like it'd be like one person, weeks ago by, then somebody else out of nowhere. We was like, what? I'm thinking everyone following the right protocols, and we was, but it was just like it's just coming out of nowhere. So I wasn't really thinking like it would, have me with it or my other teammates with it. It was just crazy. It was unexpected, to be honest.
Now, when you were at home sick, tired, sleepy, not able to really get out of bed, what were you thinking about the playoffs at that point?
To be honest, I wasn't even thinking about the playoffs. I was thinking about winning, like, beating Pittsburgh because they already had beat us at home with a hard-fought game for both teams. And I just wanted to be out there with my guys. And then when they went to talking about, Ravens not going to make the playoffs, we was like, we got to make a turnaround because I'm not used to it. I'm not used to not going to the playoffs and stuff like that. Some of us on my team have not, been used to not going to the playoffs. And I know our guys, we hungry here, and we like to win, so that's just what it was.
But how could you not be worried? You're at home on your back sick.
But you gotta take it one game at a time. You can't be peaking too early. You thinking of head, you overlooking teams. Team can beat you. Dallas could have beat us. We overlooking those guys. It's the NFL. It's the NFL. It's any given Sunday, any given day. You out there on that field. It's just that team's time, and we wasn't going to underestimate any of our opponents. So we just had to take it one game at a time. And still to this day, like we got Tennessee Sunday, it's gonna be one game at a time. So we got to focus on those guys now.
You talk about peaking at the right times. Teams always say that, getting hot at the right time. Do you feel like you guys are hot right now?
Well, I feel like we hot, but I don't really want to, hype that up too much. Like I don't want to hype it up at all, to be honest with you. We got our heads down. We focus on, the task at hand, like I always say, and that's what we need to keep doing, just taking it one game at a time.
You said Tennessee, these guys. Last year you said maybe we overlooked them. This year in Week 11 you said it looked like they may have wanted it a little bit more. What's been your message to your squad this week?
We got to finish. Those guys, we was winning that game. The second time we played them at home, and they end up coming back and beating us. We got to finish the game this time. That's all.
And there was some beefing going on before Week 11, right?
Yeah, I've been seeing that on social media. I ain't even know about none of that stuff until I seen it on social media. No, I didn't.
Okay, because they were saying that the coaches didn't shake hands afterwards. They did. But coaches they were John too.
Yeah, I seen it on social media.
So that was going on before Week 11. The stakes are even higher now. How do the Ravens feel about the Titans, and how do the Titans feel about the Ravens right now?
We respect all our opponents. It ain't no beef, I don't think. We want to win. That's what we got to do. It's win to go home for us, for both teams.
How do you see this playing out, Lamar?
We need to focus on the task at hand. We need to everyone do their part, and I feel we'll be fine.
Thanks for watching ESPN on YouTube. For live streaming sports and premium content, subscribe to ESPN+.